Welcome back to the Unfiltered and Unstoppable podcast. I am your host, Just Before Dark, and we did not make a video yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I'm going to be able to continue to make videos on the weekends because every fucking time it seems like something comes up. So like yesterday is Friday, so I'm recording this on a Saturday. You're going to hear it on Sunday, right? I always have to record the day before. But on Friday, my daughter came home from school and the plan was it was her birthday that week. And her gift with us was to go shopping. She just wanted to go shopping. She had a budget. We were going to take her shopping. She wanted to go to Ulta. She wanted to go to Target. She wanted to go to Five Below. And so we're like, okay, we'll do that Friday after school. And a shit ton of stuff happened to me. Some of which I can't talk about. Not right now, okay? But like, needless to say, the Thursday night, I stayed up super late because like somebody came at me for legal stuff, and it turns out there was no legal stuff to come at me for, but I had to like spend hours trying to like formulate how to like address that and shut that down, which I did. All it's good in the world again. But that made me stay up till like 1:30 in the morning Thursday night. Then I like had to wake up and trade the next day, Friday. And then, like had to get my stuff done Friday. Then my daughter came home and then her cat at her mom's house got hurt. So we were like talking through like that. Then by the time I took her shopping and then the time we got home, it was fucking 9:30 at night. And I was like, oh my God. And then I still had to do my second workout. So I was like, okay, the recording's not going to happen tonight. So I was like, well, for Saturday, I'll wake up early and I'll like not early, but I'll just post it later. And now it's Saturday and my daughter had a birthday party to go to. And I ended up starting cleaning this morning and yoga this morning. And by the time it is now already, I don't know what time it is, 3:00 in the afternoon on Saturday. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just record Sunday's video. So, wild shit. Like you would think on the weekends, it's just, you're good. You have all this time, but for some reason, and actually, no, I'm not even gonna pretend like I don't know. I understand exactly what it is. When you have structure for your day, you're going to accomplish a lot more. But when you don't, like for instance, you don't have to work between these hours and these hours. And so you have this almost free for all of time. You end up taking on more than you really realistically can knock out in a day, or you do fucking nothing, right? Like you either spend your whole weekend being like lazy wart, or you're like, yeah, I can see my friend, I can do that coffee date, I can do the book club thing, I can read my book, I can play toys with my daughter, I can go this with my husband, like, and then before you know it, you're like, I did way too much. I don't have enough time. So there's like a thing I read when I was back in college. It's like a bell-shaped curve, which is actually like kind of cool to talk about, right? And it says that the more pressure you put on somebody, or like the more pressure you put on your timeline, sorry, like that's a better way to word it, the more productive the person's going to be. But there is a breaking point, right? So like picture a bell curve, right? Like if you have less that you have to do that day, the less will be done. But say for instance, if you're like, okay, I know I have to go to work and I know I have to go to the gym. Well, now you only have, say, a 3-hour window instead of an 11-hour window to get the homework done. So like you're going to be more productive in that time. And then as you kind of go up where it's like, okay, between this time to this time, I know I have this. Then between this time and this time, I know I have this. So now I only have a smaller window to get the studying done. Those 45 minutes studying is going to be way more done than if you just say had a 3-hour window. You would like bullshit around for an hour and a half and then only study at the end. But then if you have too much on your plate, then you actually get tuckered out. And so the bell-shaped curve goes back down. So hopefully that made sense. But that's basically what happens with me during the week is like, since I know I have to trade between 9:30 and 11, and I know I'm going to hit the gym right after I trade. And then I know that I know that I'll record the podcast right after the trade. And then I know I hit the gym because my daughter comes home from school at 3. So I need to be back. So it's like pop, pop, pop. I get so much shit done. But then on the weekends, when it's just 12 hours of free for all, bitch, it's not good. And you could say, Jess, why don't you structure your day? I don't know. I just don't. That's horrible, horrible advice. Maybe I should structure my weekends better, but I'm living my best life, okay? Anyway, needless to say, I don't know if the podcasts are going to last on the weekends, but they may be a Monday through Friday thing. We will see. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I hope everyone had a great day yesterday. I did miss you. And today, other than this update, I actually was really excited to talk about what I read in my book. I know, my book about the subconscious, because I've been actively talking a lot about like, hey, the book is saying like, in order for your life to change, you have to believe it. Like you have to be like, oh, I am this, I am that. And like if you believe it, you're going to start to notice this change, right? And so, however, right, I have been talking a lot about like speaking in wealth into existence, right? Like, oh, I'm wealthy. Because I did see a TikTok that was like, hey, if you're like, hey, I'm going to make $20,000 this month, if you just speak that into existence, don't worry about the how, it's just going to like come. Well, I haven't gotten to the point on wealth in my book yet. And I finally did yesterday. And it kind of hit a nerve that I was like, ooh, I've never thought of this. And I haven't talked with you guys about this. And it said that the problem with wealth and saying, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am wealthy, I am successful, or any other affirmation for that matter, is the main driver is the belief. It's not you saying it. It's you saying it and believing it, right? So you say, I am this, and you have to, with your whole soul, believe that, right? Like pure faith. So when you say something like, I am wealthy, and you second guess that because you know it's not true, your subconscious is going to believe the thing that you're believing, right? It has no ability to think on its own. So, and it also can't be gaslit into thinking just because I say I am wealthy, but I'm feeling like I'm poor. The subconscious is like, yeah, no, I'm going to go off what you believe. That's all I'm going to go off. So he talked about a lot of people struggle with the wealth factor because of the fact they aren't wealthy. And so they say the wrong thing. So they'll say, I am wealthy. And then you'll have almost an internal conflict where you're saying, I am wealthy out loud, but inside you're going, I know I'm not. But one day, maybe if I say this enough, I'll get there. And so the book said, stop doing that. Don't put yourself in an instance that you have an internal conflict. Instead, just say wealth. Wealth. Just say that word out loud. Wealth. Success. What are the feelings that flood your body when you say something like that? It's usually a good feeling. Like there's a positive feeling associated with the word wealth, with the word success. Rather than saying, I am wealthy, and the feelings that flood your body are self-doubt, if you just say wealth long enough, your body's going to like have this positive energy that's coming with that. And then things will actually flow because there's not this disconnect between what you're saying and what you internally feel. And so he said, instead of saying, I am wealthy, you could say just wealth or success. But I like the one where he said to say, I am prosperous in my interest, right? So like for me, it's, I do TikToks, I do YouTubes, I do this podcast, I trade. Like those are all interests I have. I do my fitness journeys, like I do Pilates, I lift, I do yoga. I am prosperous in all of my interests. And I feel that, like when I say that out loud, I believe that because I know I am. I know when I do my things I'm interested in, I'm prosperous, whether it looks like cash money or it's I feel better or whatever the case may be. And so I believe that. So as I say that out loud, that becomes my new affirmation. And ironically, the last 2 days, I keep saying that. I learned new things in trading that make it so that way I have better opportunities to make more money. I have been pushed a new stuff on TikTok that's new bonus programs that if I make, ironically, y'all are gonna love this. I got pushed 2 things that said, hey, we want you to make a video on side hustles you have, right? Like, bitch, I have plenty. Or life advice on finance, which is what I'm talking about right now. Isn't that crazy? And they said if I make videos about that, they'll pay me bonus money for that. So all I have to do is make that video, and now I have an opportunity to win a bonus. And I did win a bonus. I got pushed that same opportunity back in November to make a video about books, and I did, and I won. I won that, and it was like a $5,000 bonus. Isn't that cool? So I like kept talking that out loud and without saying how I was going to be prosperous. I don't know. It's not up to me to decide. All of a sudden, like, I started getting more opportunities. I even got an email right after about this podcast. This podcast, guys, we have like 35 people that listen to this podcast. It's just me and you, baby. It's nothing crazy. But for us to get a offer that said, hey, Jess, like, we don't care how many people are listening. But we do discount codes for the people that do listen. If you want to look into the products that we have, you get a commission. Sick. Hell yeah. And everyone that listens will be able to use your discount code to get products. So I was like, hold on. Let me look, I told you guys at the beginning, I'm not here to sell you shit. But I looked and their AI is crazy, right? So they were able to say, based off my podcast, what are products they think you guys would like and I would like. And it was like non-alcoholic seltzers. I'm like, what? And it was like athletic wear stuff. It was even beef jerky sticks. And I'm a huge fan of Chomps, right? Beef jerky sticks. And so I was like, oh, no way. So I'm actually going to look into that a little bit more because they looked like they had some nice stuff. So I'm going to buy it. Obviously, I'm not going to just tell you guys to go buy shit I don't know. So I'm going to vet it out, And it was like some stuff was like 50% off bamboo silk pajama set. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I want 50%. Anyway, long story short, it was like I was saying these things out loud, and then all of a sudden I was getting like offers left and right on every one of my interests to kind of like bring in a little bit more. And so I really love that because I've been sitting the last, what has it been since I started the book? 10 days, 11 days, just being like, I am wealthy. I'm going to crush this. I'm going to make this. And it's like, slow down. We're talking about the wrong thing. We're being too narrow-minded. We need to be focused on what we can say out loud and genuinely believe that. So if you're noticing you're like, I'm so skinny or I'm so fit, I feel great, and you're not believing that in your soul, then I think it's time to reevaluate what the affirmation can be that you do believe that will still lead to the same outcome. Does that make sense? Does any of that make sense? Because it was a huge moment for me to realize that some of the affirmations I'm saying, I don't believe them. And that. Let's self-reflect, be self-honest with ourselves, and call ourselves out. Be like, I can tell that I'm not believing what I'm saying. So what can I say instead to actually believe that? And so I feel like you could do an easy Google search that's like, I want to affirm this for myself. What are some options of things I could say? And reevaluate, saying like, okay, I don't necessarily believe myself when I say that my hair is growing longer, right? I can say this instead, and that I believe. So another example was like a guy that was struggling with his business sales, and he kept being like, I'm wealthy, and his sales dropped. It kept dropping because his subconscious didn't believe him. It was like, bitch, I don't believe you. So instead he changed it to like, my sales are improving every day. Like my marketing is improving every day. Like a thing that he could do that would then lead to wealth. Does that make sense? And so he started to notice his sales were increasing, his marketing was increasing, and therefore that led to wealth. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was something I had read yesterday. I've actually read a lot that I want to talk to you guys about, but we've already been chatting. How long have we been chatting? Lord knows. I don't know. I don't know how long we've been chatting, but I won't take much more of your time. But I thought that was pretty cool. If anyone else is like kind of struggling with the affirmations, that seems to be the golden ticket. Again, he said that 1,000 times. You have to believe it. It's not a seeing is believing. It's a believing is seeing mindset. You have to with their whole soul. So fucking send it, girl. Think you got this. Or guy, whoever's listening. Anyway, I hope you guys have the best day, and I will see everyone next time.